It's pretty hysterical watching um, the little innovations that come our way and update upgrades that include like AI. Putting the whole AI scare thing aside, it's like all of a sudden it's whether we want it or not, right? It summarizes my emails, it summarizes my fucking lives on the talk, it summarizes everything. Every time I turn around, AI summary, older creator. Oh man, that really hits home, doesn't it? The algorithm got time. Well, let's identify this guy by his face. He must be old. Gray bush. Uh, that's funny. You're in Texas. All right, Miss Reenie. Sorry to hear that. My sympathies. Um, the thing about Texas is they should take a big saw and cut it right the fuck off of the country and push it out into the Gulf of Mexico and then build a wall around it. Surround it with sharks. Texas is a fucking worldwide embarrassment. And there's a time when that wasn't true, right? And isn't it the way it goes? It's like they get all the oil, right? Texas, biggest douchebags in the world, worst crappy conservative fuckwits, social regression, geometrically multiplied, but they get all the oil and all the money and the size and the weather, whatever it is, right? So sorry to hear that you're in Texas. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, I found my people calling from Texas, 1,000 miles away from the border, surrounded by fuckwits and religious tards. I, the religious in Texas, yeah. Can you imagine? Imagine living under Greg Abbott. What? This dude's the biggest piece of shit on wheels. There is no fucking lie. This guy, it's unbelievable to me how he even has a job. And I remember Ann Richards, right? I'm old enough to remember when Texas had moderate, smart Republicans going on, right? How much money would you give for LBJ today? Good Christ, man. Oh God, here we go. Hateful behavior. Fuck you. I would imagine Texas is worse than Missouri. Missouri's at least got, well, I don't know. I can't say that. It's Texas that's got Austin, right? uh, Texas just, I think more loud and powerful than Missouri. Fart guy. I am the fart guy. Where's my man? What the hell happened to my fart gun, man? Somebody stole my fart gun. I had not realized that I haven't seen my fart gun. Wow. Someone legit stole my damn fart gun. And I didn't even notice all these fucking years. That's horrible. God damn. That's really hideous. Did I mirror my shirt? You can figure it out, right? Religion isn't evil, it's just misguided. God damn, I need a new fart gun. I love that fart gun. Oh, I don't know what to do, but hey, join us on the tube. Um, what's up with you, Matthew Brenswick? Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're an ordained minister turned atheist. Well, I thank you for the hard hat, whatever the hell that was. Appreciate you. You went from I didn't know they were ever seventh in education. That's pretty impressive. That Texas was ever even seventh. I come from Connecticut. It's like there wasn't a year when we weren't top two. That's just the way it was, And I will. This is not an exaggeration. I came out of fifth grade in Connecticut in 1975 with a better education than high schoolers get today. Period. We had Bunsen burners on our table in fifth grade, and an amazing, amazing science teacher of Egyptian heritage, Mr. Haddad, Haddad, right? We call him Haddad. I'll never forget that guy. Great fucking teacher. Well, as long as you're homeschooling for the right reason, that's. I know some other people who did that because generally you hear homeschooling, you're like, oh boy, there's somebody who doesn't want their kid hearing about evolution. Got to homeschool them so you can lie to them about the nature of their being, right? But I do know people who homeschool their children because the education system sucks so bad, and kids don't really learn anything. I guess, hey, Mike, my guy Mike is with us. Where's my toot? I'm a toot. Mike's my guy. He gets a Glad you found me. My visibility got restricted because I called Trump stupid, and everybody that voted for him stupid. They're all finding out now, though, aren't they? What a fucking train wreck, man. So, oh yeah, he tried to get out. He's trying to back out of the war. We won, and everybody's like, yeah. Remember when the strait was open? Yeah, but we won. Nobody can get oil, but we won. Yeah, he's gonna try to cut bait, or try to cut his losses and just get out, right? Slip out the side door. They've been seeing this coming. Needs an off ramp, right? So you're like, we're gonna blow him off the map, destroy a civilization, and it's all just shit talk, right? He's just such a shit talker, and the people who like don't know any better are like, yeah, he's so good at this. He's so good. He completely fucking miscalculated this. Those dudes now can control and charge money to get through the strait, really. And he's like, why doesn't Europe want their oil? They don't go get it because it was open before, touch hole. It was open, you giant fucking pink touch hole. Woo! Thanks for the gifts, gang. I love it. My guy, Mike. One more, dudes. I'm a little fired up today. I got Thor's hammer. If anyone needs it for anything. Oh, I got my there's Lucy. Yay! Yeah, we passed the last off ramp. All right, you're not lying about that, Lucy. Yeah, there's just like, I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to be there dealing with this. I don't know why they just don't finish it now. I'm all right with it. You know what? You did it. You did it. Go fucking finish it because they're just going to come back madder than ever unless you take them all out, which is only like 3 million people, right? Or more, right? That actually like Islamic theocracy. There's a lot of those people like, yes, no, we need this. We need this. We don't want our women coming out again and showing their pretty faces. Who could have that in society? It'd be so terrible. If our women could come out at night, they'll see us all in the gay bars boning each other every night. Now I'll get kicked off. Watch. Oh boy, it's been a minute. But yeah, no, nobody needs that. Islam for a long time has been the mother of bad ideas, according to Sam Harris, and he's not wrong. So it needs to fucking go away. And this is really the worst way to have done it. But I don't know how they get out of it now without. Go in, put your fucking put your damn ships in there and control the strait. And every time a missile comes lobbing over the mountain, call in another. All of us will just pay for a war for the end of our fucking days. Because you couldn't leave well enough alone. Turd hammer. Literally the dumbest guy that's ever been president. It fucking blows my mind. And again, he's not really that dumb. He's smart enough to take advantage of the shanks of turds that have voted him in. But yeah, nobody's coming on, right? Thanks for being here, four of you. I started talking shit right away, and they completely fucking restricted my visibility. So I don't know. Help share the live, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna last too long anyway. I've got limited energy for fucking TikTok anymore. We're busy fighting theocracy. Busy out there on the streets, marching with our feet. And I'm loving seeing them. It's already a blue wave, isn't it? Like I wasn't all that hopeful. But it looks like every time there's a chance now, it's essentially a Democrat is taking over. Wisconsin might even go back to being have a Democratic House, right, or state Congress. We for a long time now I've had a Democratic governor, but a ridiculously Republican state house. So nothing really could get passed. We're hotboxed in with marijuana laws. Fucking Illinois and Indiana have more relaxed marijuana laws than fucking Wisconsin. Who'd have thought? Back in the day, this is where every year there was a smoke out on the Capitol steps, but still we can't even get medical marijuana here. It's fucked up. But yeah, no, Trump is seeing to local elections right away. Right here in Kenosha, the Moms for Liberty assholes got just smoked in the school board and then the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, and it just keeps going. So I don't know, unless he actually manages to just stop us from having elections. The people in the Republican Party they've got to be bummed out because he's got a limited lifespan, and when he's gone, who's going to fucking take up that MAGA base, which is going to splinter? And who's going to replace that cult of personality, man? We need someone else. We need someone who's obnoxious as he is, but can work from the middle, right? Um, who brought up Melania? That was bizarre, right? What? Nothing has ever looked so fucking guilty as that fucking mail order bride coming on TV going, "I what? No matter what you hear, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong." Okay, well, what's like? And is there 20% of imbeciles in the country going, "Yeah, she really didn't." When the rest of us are like, "Why is she bringing this up? What's about to come out?" You wonder. She came from that network. That's what she doesn't want people to know. I didn't. I'll bet you anything he got her through that whole fucking connection. That's where she came from. Okay, maybe she wasn't a victim of abuse. Maybe whatever. Maybe she knew what she was doing and was down with it. Ah, that's what it is, man. And I meet people who think she's so hot. They think she's so the hottest first lady we've ever had. I'd bang Laura Bush before I hit Melania. Are you kidding me? Melania is a piece of plastic and disgusting on nearly every level. Yes, okay, presentable for pictures, tall, can wear clothes, superficially good looking. Okay, yeah, all right. Do YouTube creators have control over their commercials that air? I don't think so, but I don't know. I don't know. Not at that point yet. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. God, I hope I didn't. I didn't mean to. Sometimes I hit these things and I've blocked people by mistake. So hope you're not blocked, Mike. Yeah, no, that's. She likes dragonflies. What's up? The liberal pundits on YouTube whose commercials are conservative. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that, but again, if you don't have control over it, the people that do are going to try to shaft your fucking efforts, right? That's why I'm so disgusted with the fucking scumbags behind this creepy fucking whatever's going on here. It was going to go away, the talk, right? It was a danger to national security. All of a sudden, it's not. It's because it works for fucking Agent Orange. The fat, pock-faced, gross fucking almond plastic surgery victim-eyed Agent Orange, fluffy, gross blonde cloud of shit flying over his huge bloated skull pig of a fucking first felon. Here, I got you. Yeah, it's a different font on myth guided. Religion isn't evil; it's just myth guided. Myth guided, guided by myths. Yeah, got a lot of them. I made them up myself. Got more coming. Need to save $25 to get a new one printed. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. One day I'll get my shit together enough to get these things up and printed and marketed and stuff. It's like, god damn it. I seem old. I still have kids in high school, and it's I got no extra money right now and no help. One of these days somebody will be like, let's get on the team because this shit is bringing people out of the woodwork. I mean, we had a meeting again yesterday, and one of the things that keeps coming up is like people who would never be a public voice for any kind of opposition are just fed up with what's going on. And yeah, we all get that it's been corrupt on a million levels forever. There's always been political graft. Every fucking politician is a piece of shit. Some of them got into it because they genuinely wanted to be about public service. I truly believe that, especially when they're young. It's just like cops, and they want to be. It's about wanting to do the right thing, and then power corrupts, and that's what happens. That's why there should be term limits on Congress. These dudes, they got a cushy fucking job. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? That you don't even have to be qualified for. All you got to do is win. Marjorie Taylor Greene was a fucking congresswoman. You don't have to know anything except how to get elected to go to Congress. You don't have. You could be any. That fucking guy from Pennsylvania wears sweats. You could be anybody. It doesn't matter. They don't want to lose that job. You kidding me? Dudes that have been there. Hey, I'm not gonna afford my. I need a new Armani suit this week, and I can't do that on my fucking. And I have to work if I go out on a speaking tour. I'd have to write some shit. Who's Eric Swalwell? Who's Eric Swalwell? To Googs that. I know the name. Why am I blanking on? Oh, he's the rep who What did he do? Oh, is this misconduct? I didn't hear this. Which one of these is not going to make me pay to read it? California for governor. I don't think the guy's electable. First of all, he's there. It is. All right, I gotta fucking pay. Yeah, I don't know. I have to get Reddit open and look, but I can't open that article. But I'm not surprised. These guys again. I Until people give me a reason not to judge them by the first impressions they give, I'm going to continue to do it. That's just my guy. Just like Trump, he's too crooked on his face for me to ever vote for a guy like that. He looks like he's going to fuck you in the ass as soon as you turn around. Sorry if you can't read people like I can, but I'm good at poker. All right. Eric Swalwell looks like a scumbag to me. And the temptation to get over on your underlings when you're a guy like this, he's together, he's fit. I'm not going to call him not good looking because he's not my type. Right. But I'm sure some women think he's attractive. And he gets in that position. And there's a fine line these days between kind of trying to mac on people who are younger than you and doing something really kind of dirty, right? I think that in the day, a smooth guy was gonna, mac on his secretaries, and maybe they were okay with that. Now, when those secretaries, maybe they were okay with it, kind of when they were in favor in every other way. But then when it goes ugly for whatever reason, all they got to do is open their mouth, and it's a Me Too moment, and that's fine. I'm not I'm not looking for the old days in terms of this, but this is the actuality of what happens these days for assholes like this. It happened to Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? He's a popular guy. Everybody loves what he does. He's on TV. He's a professor. He's smart. Science college girls love what he has to say, and then he overreads that because he's lonely. He figures he's in a position to meet people. They're adults, but he tries to use his influence to say, hey, want to come up for a drink? And he's not Brad Pitt. He's like, sorry, we thought you were cute, you're cuddly. No one wants to shag you, buddy. But he doesn't get it. He's a dope, right? In that On that level. This happens to men all the time in society. I don't know anything about Eric Swalwell. Maybe he's a scumbag who really just was bad. I didn't read any details. My immediate impression of that dude is I'm not surprised. He's probably tried to hit on everybody that ever worked for him. And it's always been unethical, right? If you're one of those straight shooters like that. But in the day, especially, it was like, okay, where do you meet people? Especially if you work hard. You throw people together in a room, they're going to start fucking each other. That's just human nature. So ever since the whole Me Too thing came to light, it's harder to just have an actual consensual relationship at work between a boss and a coworker and an underling. So you got to be squeaky clean. When you do this fucking crap, you got to be squeaky clean. If you're gonna have a relationship, you got to come right out with it. You know what? My staffer and I fell in love. She's 25 years younger than me, hotter than shit, likes my money, but we really love each other. So there it is. If you don't do that, Neil got accused. You didn't hear it. Neil got it. Wasn't horrible, but somebody was like, yeah, because again, there was a hottie in college. He liked what he had. Got talking to him. He's like, hey, and she's like, oh no, that's not. You just misread the room. It didn't get him in trouble, I don't think, but it wasn't attractive. Same thing happened to Lawrence Krauss, who he's in Arizona. He has to teach hotties every day, all day, and the dude's a troll. I'm sorry, I love him. I've interviewed him. I've talked to him. He's a fabulous person and a genius on a level that most people can. Not a male model, okay, but a guy like that, again, all of a sudden you're vibing and you say something and you're hoping and maybe she really does like me and all of a sudden you've run afoul of someone you shouldn't have when you're an old man, right? That's just so yeah. I'm happy if Swalwell's out of the race. I think he's a not a attractive candidate. I have heard him speak several times on the news, but and I didn't get the idea that he was over the top horrible, but he doesn't. To me, he's not the right kind of guy going forward for any leadership position in the country. We need Pete. We need Mayor Pete. We need people. solidly straddle the middle and be reasonable and unflappable and look to evidence to make decisions and hire the best people for the jobs, not be about, like Gavin Newsom, right? You want to like the guy? He seems like half a dick and not really that great at things. He's just okay, cult of personality, good looking, tall, and he's not afraid to like pull the Trump card out and call people nicknames, right? Which in the future, that a little bit of that's got to go on. Democrats got to get better at fighting that way. Never S where you eat to say it more crudely. L what? Yeah, no, it's absolutely right. Men should be. It's just those guys who read the room wrong, and it works. Yeah, it is. You don't shit where you eat, buddy. Don't dip your pen in the company inkwell. But again, it's just like I said, it's human nature. Especially you're having trouble at home. The wife's ragging you all the time. The people you see at work, you get to know them. I'm a guy who loves women, and when you get to be around women you didn't think were attractive at first, they become attractive to me because you get to know them and you get to see their beauty, right? And it's even when it wasn't maybe instantly apparent to you. That's just sooner or later I fall in love with all the women I'm around on some level. It's just the part of the way I am. So I empathize, but you got to be able to read the room. You got to be able to read body language. You got to have a realistic understanding of your own Riz. Poor Lawrence Krauss. If I was him, I wouldn't. I'd make sure that it was the chick who hit on me first. It's just the way it would have to be. And I'm sure he does fine in the end. I'm not making fun of people for not being good looking. I'm just trying to state the facts here. Yes, Mayor Pete just seems like a fucking guy who does his job. I love that guy. Happy Sunday, ELSM, Lycra. You change your name? Yes, yes. It's ethics is real, and just a little bit of fucking decorum and human decency, right? I've been on the wrong side of this. You're a young man. You do things, you learn, right? Yeah, the whistle's been here. I got whistle, I got hammer, I got the diesel one. I give you the heretic Templar. I like that. A big one for you, heretic Templar. Yeah, the best. I've become very good at apologizing. Let me tell you what, because I've been on the wrong side of that. And it was easy for me because and not a boast. One of the things I get is women over the years. But when I was young, I was an idiot about it, right? But I have a larger forgivability factor than other people do. You can't. If you're Clarence Thomas, the shit's gonna make the fucking national headlines, man. That horn, you know what that is? That's two. I can't. It'll fall apart if I take it. That's two old-fashioned brass ram's horn, auga horns from like an old automobile where it had a bulb on it. And you go. And my beautiful girlfriend, who's lost her husband several years ago, he was a car guy, and he had all this collection of odd car parts, and some of them were like sirens and lights and whistles and bells, and he had some horns like these are completely just old school instrument style horns, just a brass little reed in the middle and a curl to accentuate that, to amplify that sound, and a bell at the end. They're fabulous. When I have a lot of PVC parts, so I put a T on it, and two this splits into two, so you're getting a stereo horn. You can probably tell if you really listen. There's actually two that make uh, that sound. And they're just laying up here. One of them's facing backwards. There we go. What's that? Put this up. What's this? This is really interesting to me, actually. See those? So I just pulled the bulb off, crammed it. It happened to fit into this piece of plastic tubing, right? And then I have PVC parts that make kind of a Y or a T, and then I can bring it to my mouth powering system with one tube, and then get that stereo sound. It really makes it loud. Like if you think a diesel truck is in the room, it does sound like a semi, doesn't it? I used to hide. We got a garage back there, and people go by it to another property and just sit in the garage doorway, and the guy's walking by, and I just blast it. And they swear to God they piss their pants. They think they're going to get run over by a truck. It's a great bit. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe the shit I have. I could go on and on and show you the shit I have. All that this wall up here is full of my. I have a Borg. I have a Christian Borg helmet that I designed that goes over my face, like a Borg from Star Trek, but there's like a cross. That's the implant that like constantly puts Jesus's message into your brain, and then you go around like the Borg. You assimilate people because that's what Christians do, right? Assimilation. You shall be assimilated. Logic is futile instead of resistance. It's a whole bit. So yeah, and I'm in the middle of inventing a game called Tiddly Christ. And Tiddly Christ is I'm gonna make a little epoxy uh, cavalry Calvary where Christ was supposedly crucified, right? So I have a little cross on a spring, and I have these little Jesuses. Wait, you see these? These are great too. Check out this. The shit I have here is unbelievable. I got these on Etsy. Best thing I ever saw. They're little fucking mini Jesuses. There's 50 of them. These are purple, but I got red one. I got purple and I got red. And I'm gonna flick Jesus off of Calvary on the spring against a backboard that's like plinko, right? And depending on where it hits, you try to score by shooting him straight to the right hand of God, which is where he's supposed to be. But if you miss, he drops down into the flames of hell. Or you miss and he goes into Buddha's mouth and he comes being reincarnated out of his asshole. Like, oh, shoots and whistles and bells in mine. The wee Jesus is dead. It's a wee Jesus. Look at how many of them there are. You're like, they one stayed in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna have all kinds of fun with these. Um, this is Palestine purple, and there's one with a red sash, and that's gonna be rabbinical red, and there'll be two teams, and they'll be fighting against each other. Yeah, they're not bread; they're like cake toppers. They're actually slightly chewy. The body of Christ. The body of Christ. Oh man. Too bad they weren't gummies. You could just sit there and manja on Christ. Little Christ dots. No, 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 no. He's so bright. Ah, that's funny. No, I got all kinds of. I mean, my brain never stops going on ways to be creative in ways that make me laugh. See, my video's mirrored. I can't fix my hat because I can't. My video is not mirrored right now. Ooh, he's chewy because he's bread. Yes, the body of Christ is made of stale, chewy, gross bread. Down at Our Lady of the Unwanted Touching. That's our parish here in Kenosha. The Sacred Heart of Unwanted Touching. The Sacred Heart of Inappropriate Behavior. I cannot do that with the thing there. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? Believe me, it's all you all by yourself on YouTube. What do I gotta do to get this fucking YouTube? I don't know. Maybe I'm picking the wrong time of day or something. I gotta start putting videos up anyway. There's so much social media work to do. Forgot why the chain. I think this chain for a big. Oh, I did a big Dago. I did a video where Dago tells an anti-Muslim limerick, right? When Muhammad ascended to God, I forget what I did. What was the one I did? Oh, when Muhammad was praying to Mecca. In a bowl, they make a great cereal idea. Christos. Little marshmallows and fishes. I like that. I gotta make that. Thank you very much. Someone argued if we was leavened or unleavened bread, he is risen. Was he? Yes. Was Jesus made of unleavened or leavened bread? Well, you might want to say unleavened because he's Jewish, but leavened because he's risen. Yes. But did he? Did he? Oh, live. What's? Oh, you shared the live. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you people. Hey, maybe we're off. There's 7 people on board now. Maybe we got off of the schneid there for a second. Um, what the hell else went on with this since I've been on? It was 2 weeks, and Trump just keeps stepping in it. Melania came out and like pretended that she wasn't like actually just found for Trump by Epstein. I'm sure that happened. Um, and oh, stray Jesus, the shepherd himself needed shepherding. There you are. He got rid of Blondie. That was fucking awesome. What a living piece of shit he was, or she was. Worst AG, I think. Oh, man, well, we did have that other. There's been a lot of Christian nationalists in it. Oh, that's the other thing, man. This Carolyn Levitt, who's like trying so hard to remind people every day that she's not Jewish, even though she has a Jewish last name. And as I'm probably married to a Jewish guy and has a half Jewish baby in her belly. I don't know, but it's so performative, right? The whole did you hear our prayer? Did you hear our prayer? We were saying our Lord Jesus. She's making sure she pushes, and so is Keg's breath, right? Thanking God. God is with us on the battle. What is this? Some fucking speaking of Templars, we back in the Crusades. God is on our side. Imbecile. If God was on your side, you wouldn't be so fucking smarmy and stupid. God. This fucking country. Buttonwick, what's up? Schrodinger's Jesus. Yes, that's a good point. You know, there's a real quantum aspect to the Christian faith, isn't there? Till you open that tomb up, he might be there, he might not, homie. Schrodinger's savior. I'm gonna have to write a strip. Like it's a good 3-panel cartoon. The stone is still there. Is he risen or is he not? Both possibilities are infinitely possible at this point. Both options could be true right now. I don't get Melania's press conference. She wants victims to testify again. Why? Nothing will come. It's different. She wants it to be. She doesn't see herself as a victim, but it's going to come out that she came through that fucking train. So she needs to fucking put it out there that again. You know, okay, she had a hookup and got here and got married for money, but she didn't know about any abuse. She was on board with that. It was all right, But she didn't know about any abuse. There's something I don't know who buys this. Who's that stupid that they think that that's not a fucking admission of guilt? It's like we're just like on the clock waiting for when the other shoe's going to drop. But she put it out there, and apparently White House was fine with it, right? Well, of course. What is evil? Of course it's evil. Of course it's evil. What's up, Tony? My guy. No, I think she just wants to be seen in any kind of way as an advocate for the victims, you know. And what else is she going to do? They're fucked. They're fucked. They're so unlikable that anybody underneath who is just trying to be a good Republican and advance their career is going to suffer from ever having been associated with this universe-sized twat that's in office right now. I feel bad, honestly, on some level for this Caroline Levis never be able to job again, in my word. She's good at what she does, too. But you watch her come out with a book that says how horrible it was to work for him and how he was secretly touching her and just saying things and creepy. And she was afraid for her family and her job if she didn't stand up for his life. You watch. When his shit goes really fucking south, you watch. She's really young. She's going to write a tell-all book, try to get out from under the fact that she was, in fact, the schmatzy youth poster girl for the most incredibly abusive years in the history of American government. A scientist? Jesus is still a cool cat. I get it. Took me a second, Sober. I'm like, God, there's a lot of comments. What's he talking about? Yes, Schrodinger's Christ still was a cool cat. Religion is a pox on humanity, and the world would be better without it. Well, that's pretty much the conclusion that we've reached here at the Atheist Underground. for a lot of years now. I've been calling it for 12 years. You know, we don't. And people ask me, I'm like, that religion was a normal and natural evolution in our. Let me turn this fucking noise off. Jesus Christ. In our evolution as a species, but outlived its usefulness. Got mechanics going in the back. Woo! Well, it's finally nice out. It's like 65 degrees today. On its way to 70. What's the creative term you'd give to this scandal? Which scandal in particular? Melania? The Epstein Gate kind of thing? I don't know. There's got to be something more clever than that. But yeah, um, I don't know. Her entry visa to the USA at age 16. But I could see being 16 years old and being okay with getting out of a place where she was, right? Maybe it's not right or legal, but she can easily spin herself as always having been ignorant and on board with with the way it came about for her, right? As long as she can't be directly tied to any knowledge of trafficking or abuse, she could be a 16-year-old girl who's like, you know what? It wouldn't have been legal probably at the time in America, but I took advantage of a way to get out of a horrible war-torn country. I don't know. I don't know. Melania USA visa was a genius. I don't get what that means. Then her family got to chain migrate, which Trump has spoken out against. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking. I'm gonna let other people dig into the theories and find out which ones are conspiracies and which ones are not. I had somebody fucking telling me, and this is like, you know, this is part of the issue with the left. I had somebody tell me they thought Charlie Kirk was still alive and Epstein, both still alive somewhere. I want to see how they pulled that off. If Charlie Kirk is still alive, pretty sure he's in a box somewhere with his throat blown out. But that's just me. Yeah. So kooky conspiracy theorists are not fucking limited to the right, and that's why we're solidly purple. I'm gonna get a purple glove. We're gonna be the purple party. Purple, right? Um. So you're saying that you could be a genius. You can get a visa just because you prove you're a genius. I didn't know that was a thing. Regal 58. Thank you. Yeah, that's I did not know that. And I don't know she's not a genius. I don't know that. I've heard her talk like twice. Her English is pretty good. She's got a thick ass accent, but I, I don't know enough about her to say she's dumb. I don't. She attached herself to someone who's going to take care of her for like can't be that dumb. Again, it's like is she a hideous person? Yes. Yeah, I'm not, but I can't talk to her intelligence. I really can't. If anything, she's smarter than him. An Einstein visa, okay, yeah. Well, I guess I get it. If they want, and it comes from a time when you needed to get people out of Sweden before they got killed in the war, so they could work on our bomb. These are uh, those. That's a defector clause, is what that is. Yeah, okay, he gets a visa because he understands how to build a intercontinental ballistic missile that won't crash into the ocean on fucking takeoff. You're okay, Niels Bohr. Come on in. Here's your visa. I get it. But yeah, Melania. Genius. You'd have to convince me, but I don't have any proof she's not. I'm sitting in a friggin' landscape office grumping on TikTok for 2 cents a month. And she's the first lady, so it's like and I say about that. I got a real I just think in a lot of ways she's probably gonna end up being a victim of as much of this as anybody in a spot where she just finds him disgusting like the rest of us do. Imagine having to do you kids, I woke up this morning and then like me and my girlfriend just hold each other for a minute in bed and just because we're old, we just lay there and comfortable, right? You think that ever happens? You imagine? Imagine putting your fucking head on that dude's shoulder. What the fuck? Like, she doesn't do anything for me, but I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have to put up with that in a a different situation. Bill Willard, Light Brigade. I don't know what you can say. He just looks so oily and nasty now. Love how you can say anything about Trump's looks, right? If I tried to rag on a woman's looks, it would fly, but nobody cares. You call Trump ugly, he's like, yeah. The thing is, he thinks he's good looking, right? You know, like dudes think they're good looking. No matter if you're good looking or not, every dude, it's a failing of the genes, right? Every dude, no matter how fucking chopped he is, thinks he's hot, right? I know some dudes who are so fucking nasty. They walk by that mirror though. Fuck yeah. Whereas every chick, no matter how hot she is not quite sure about it, right? It's a real, it could do something. Maybe science can do something with that, right? Give women a little more confidence and a little less. But that. A woman above him waves to get his attention. Oh, I didn't see that. That's awesome. I didn't realize there was more to the comment. That's great. His evil is showing. Yeah, he's like Darth Vader. Takes off the helmet. Oh, there he is. One for Darth Vader. I get a fucking mirror video. Yikes. Darth Vader, when he takes off his helmet, remember we were all like, what? Big rotten fucking head. Here's a watch. We got this too. I got it stuffed with cotton so I can bash him with Thor's hammer right now, and he kind of springs back. Okay. Right, but we can do I could probably do a bit where I gotta start making videos again. The talk, I don't even look at the fucking thing. I'm so disgusted with the talk. I make a video, it doesn't go anywhere because we're shadow banned. You're an atheist. You get no play. They got no love. You're an enemy of the state, man. You're a fucking DT, a domestic terrorist. You can't say shit on the talk. You're gonna get kicked right the fuck. Oh, thank you, Tia Man. I was about to duck off. Maybe like take Trump's head off, right? It'd be like Vader's helmet, and then you like see that nasty grapefruit, nasty thing. Come on, autofocus. There it goes. Fucking put something in front of that lens, and it doesn't know what to focus on. That's what I get for getting a fancy camera. Ooh. But yeah, no, I do got the Trump mask, and we break this out to do our skits, to do our No Kings bullshit. What about that? Wear like a hat. They go around. Hey, leave the stuffing in if I'm gonna do this. That's not a bad idea. Then leave the stuffing in the top. Oh god, getting silly now, folks. Let's try this. Take a little bit out. You see, I crack myself up, man. This is what it's like to never grow up. Now, now it's got some cushion. Get on a mini bike. I got a little mini bike. I might just put this on and ride around town. Wait, I can't keep it straight with the fucking mirroring. I'll tell you what. Fucking no more new wars. Why did I put Pam Bondi in charge of anything? I'm fucking so stupid. Vegas boy. Good comment, boy. I found your mom's, though. She's like, just take that out. Don't worry about that. McTaco Tits he can't ride a bike. That doesn't surprise me. You know, the fact that people believe what he has to say about groceries when they know he's never had to actually shop for groceries in his life. How fucking stupid do you have to be? Groceries are down. Asshole's literally never been in a grocery store in his fucking life pushing a car. You imagine it? He's never had to. Why would you? Wouldn't if you were him, even if you were a good guy. You think Warren Buffett's ever gone to the store on his own? The AI summary says, I'm debating political conspiracies while planning a Trump mask skit. That's going to get directly reported to the bosses at TikTok. TikTok, shut my clock. Lilith, what's up? Lilith is my girl. She's so fucking awesome. What are you doing passing by a little guy's live like that? Yeah, we're here. Lilith, if you're not following Lilith, you're missing out, man. I mean, Jesus. Uh, we got to do something about Christian nationalism. Like literally, they've brought it to the point where they've succeeded in creating a society so undereducated and so dumb that they are willing to believe anything. They will believe anything because they're undereducated, and they're undereducated because of the spread of the church. Separation of church and state is what we need, and it's not that doesn't need to change. But the backfire has been that the fucking church has gotten so powerful in its overall lobby because of its ability to spread into every corner of every little town. If there was a state church, you'd have your county fucking it would be worked out, right? And you wouldn't have a whole bunch of different versions of Christianity in which to lose yourself. The fact that it is so powerful has allowed us to put leaders in place who only want to defend that and promote that. And they think that Christianity is the way because it has invaded every last corner of undereducated America. They don't have any vision of a larger pluralistic world of actual religious freedom. So they can continue to fucking feed that echo chamber with lies as long as they feel like their Christianity is being defended as the national religion. It's become an identity politic, and people don't even know what Christianity is. Nobody knows. We have Christianity with a gun in our hand. There's no message of Jesus left. They just identify themselves as Christian, and if you're not, and then the people in power can continue, and they'll give vouchers to the Lutheran schools so you can lie to your kids about the nature of the fucking universe. And we have stupider people yet. People, you can lie to people about the Constitution. I'm going to make a video. I swear to God, this one is in the works and it's going to come out, breaking down the actual religion of every president. Abraham Lincoln was not a Christian, famously not a Christian, infamously against the dogma of Christianity. Couldn't make sense of it. And why? Because it's stupid. There is no way to make sense of the Christian myth arc. It's nonsense. He wasn't an atheist. He was famously an agnostic. Many of the early presidents, especially the very early presidents, and the important founders, the ones who could write, were deists. They weren't Christians at all. The ones who were Christians were mainline Protestants. Nothing like an evangelical today. Nothing. They wouldn't even recognize the idiot blowhards at the megachurches today. None of the founders would be, this isn't Christianity, my friend. What is this? What is that music? What is that noise you're playing? What? Why? It's idiocy. It's idiocy. Christianity has been distilled into its stupidest components and put in one place where everybody who wants to identify as that can go and have their idiocy validated together. That's why there's no more congregational churches. That's why there's no more First Baptist churches on the corner in the north, where you had a congregation of intellectuals. I got to call Sheila Round back in a minute. Sorry if I lagged. I'm in the middle of a rant. That was an unfortunate timing on that. That is my Christian liberal. That's the person on the Protestant left that I'm talking about right now. Those founders would have never even recognized what Christianity is today. And the few that were, I have a great quote from Teddy Roosevelt. He was a Christian and kind of a born again style Christian. He was kind of hardcore about it. He has a quote where he says, "Even though I am a man of deep faith and a Christian, and I believe that, I cannot, according to the Constitution, I cannot disallow the atheist from the exact same rights in running for office and all of that as I get." He got it. He got it. But after Eisenhower and the communists and the optics and TV and Billy motherfucking Graham, being a Christian became being an American. And that's where it started. And since then, they've been playing the long game that has gotten us to where we are today with a population of fucking speds who can't fucking tell their own ass from a hole in the ground. And we got a Supreme Court full of people who think that angels and demons are real and that the blood of Christ is wine that you drink. They can't even judge reality. And we put them in charge of the highest court in the land. That's where we're living. That's the America I find myself in after all these fucking years. We're so proud to be an American. And now it's like, what? What? Fuck out of here. Uh-oh. Kicked off. Being a Christian became being an American. And that's where it started. And since then, they've been playing the long game that has gotten us to where we are today. With a population of fucking speds who can't fucking tell their own ass from a hole in the ground. And we've got a Supreme Court full of people who think that angels and demons are real. And that the blood of Christ is wine that you drink. They can't even judge reality. And we put them in charge of the highest court in the land. I forgot you were on, Lucy. I'm sorry. Are you still with me? That was crazy. I'm so sorry. I went through a training process because I got kicked off for saying sped, I think. And it let me back on. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I got wrapped up in what that was. Yeah, they kicked me off for, I'm sure, and then they show you a clip, right? Did you hear me? I played the clip. I love you so much. Thank you for that. Gosh, it was the way you couldn't like shout out loud, "Hey, I'm still here." Yeah, so I went through this training process where you answer 5 questions. Is it a violation or is it not? And if you get one wrong, they give you one chance to go and get that one right again, but you got to get through all 5. And it's like not written by an English speaker, but it's English, so it was like I'm not sure anybody could really make sense of the questions very well. I managed to figure it out, but I got one wrong the first time, and then it's just a 50-50. So if you get it wrong, you go through again, you change that one. But I think you only get one shot at that. Is the way it seemed like to me. That was weird. Let me jump on just for a quick second and do that. Since it came up so fast, I'll jump back on the talk for a minute. Oh, I should have. Oh, you know what? What did Sheila want? Let me see what she wants here, since it's just you watching me for right now. Okay, somebody tried to call me on Messenger. Um, but this just says Sheila. I don't get what's going on. Huh. All right, well, guess wasn't that important. So let's see if the talk hit. That's got to be. There it is. All right. Um, Sorry. Thanks, Manny. Thanks for being there, dude. Appreciate you. I just accepted your message. I saw. I haven't been paying any attention to the talk. Um, and I apologize for that. I'm glad that people still find it and dig through the videos, and I probably will get back on it. The guy who started it with me reached out and said he dreamed about us hanging out. I'm like, okay, that's weird, but hey, so yeah, hopefully, my life gets a little bit less busy going forward. Taking on the resistance role has been an extra lot, and it's just been a crazy ride, but it's been very gratifying. The people, 2,000, 3,000 people in a little town like ours on the street, just fucking, and so many happy honkers, they're calling them, right? Not a lot of trolls, not a lot of coal rolling, not a lot of. "Ugh." We did have one dude when we were setting up going, "We want ice, we want ice, we want ice." A lot of that out in the county, but not so much in downtown Kenosha. It's been very gratifying. Yeah, last time up, I just put on camos and a black sweater and tried to look like a militant guy. I need a black beret, my friends. But we're gonna do that purple glove thing. That's a good idea, you know. Got a purple back scratcher. How about that? Oh, wow. But yeah, that's what we need. A little bit of purple. What's up, Mel? Mel Tree Fitty stopping by. I don't think there's anybody on but you right now, man. Because it was I got kicked off for saying a SPED. Do you think that was? I think you can't say that. I guess that was my bad. But I'm old, and it was a general term for the undereducated, not the learning challenged. Of course, I love my special needs friends. We actually have a lot. That's not a lot. Some of my best friends are special needs. So yeah, my apologies. No shade. My phone is. Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. Thanks, Louis. Yeah, join us on the tube, Manny. If you're on YouTube, we need followers there too. Manny Zawadzki. So a bunch of people flipped us off. We just, yeah, well, It depends on where you are, I guess. I think Kenosha's it's a 50-50 place politically, but I think it's got enough of a serious kind of artist colony, LGBTQ community, and a big enough town of over 100,000 people now, where the people who even are they don't the Trumpy idiots and the Trumpkins, the city Trumpkins, they know enough to keep it to themselves, right? And you're not seeing anybody down at the diner with a MAGA hat on, even though there's everybody knows some of those business owners down there are just as Trumpy as hell. They kind of know better where they are. So and that's the thing, right? Nationwide, when you see people coming out in Tulsa and Fargo, it's like, yeah, people don't really, Americans don't like being told what to do, and that's really what he's about. He just wants to tell people what to do according to what he thinks will make him richer. Period. Period. That's it. Um, yeah. Well, I jumped back on here, Manny. I love you. I don't know what we can tell you, buddy. I didn't really dive into your message. Sounds like you came from a conservative Christian household, and you're deconstructing, as the neophytes say. Everybody deconstructs from religion these days, man. Um, Back in my day, we just quit that shit. Yeah, deconstructing. But yeah, that's what's up there. Cletus Van Dam, what's up? I got you guys. I'll stay on for a few more minutes, but yeah, I'm glad I got access restored. See, now I got kicked off for saying a bad word, and they were right about this one. Sometimes they kick me off for stupid shit. This one, all right. I shouldn't have said that word, and I should have known better. But I was in the middle of a rant, and that'll happen. But they let me pass a little test. I had to take the equivalent of like HR sensitivity training, right? I had to take some sensitivity training. You can't you can't call someone that in to promote, but you can use the word to to call attention to the fact that it's bad, right? You can criticize it, the behavior, and like they had a couple of questions, like they were poorly written. But I like to see that TikTok at least evolves. I see it that back when you first got on to me, I could say a word might get you kicked off, and you had no idea. They wouldn't tell you what it was. You had no way to find out. It was brutal, brutal. This is probably go this way. Oh, they didn't get the double there. See, you could. Oh, and that you get to see me twice. Lucy can read your own comments. um, but yeah, I'm glad to be on. It's been a couple of weeks, and I went to a nice, pretty non-religious Easter buffet at a golf course. Right, it was cold as fuck last week. Easter was early this year. It was just April 1st or 2nd, right? And man, it was cold on the golf course. Sunny day. It looked nice. I was glad I was inside. Took a selfie with the Easter bunny. Had some cake. Had some crab legs. Had some prime rib. Had some lamb. Got to eat a lamb. You're not living if you're not eating a dead lamb on Easter, my friends. A little mint jelly. Yeah, pigged out. Pigged out. Had a nice Easter. And that was it. Nobody prayed at the table. Nobody made a maudlin spectacle of Zombie Jesus Day. It was very good, my friends. Manny, you're going crazy whacking that like button. I'm not sure it's going to have much effect today, but I do appreciate you. Every bit helps. We'll get shadow banned. Atheism is not popular anymore. So as we'll run with that ball, right? I've always made such great decisions in that regard. My daughter's always about, why don't you just use your talent to get something less niche? I'm like, I can't help myself. What I see is what I see. Tell people to come over here. I won't, but yeah, get on the YouTubes with Lucy. We really need to. Maybe try to pick a different day. And I haven't seen Lorna Doucet. I wish she would jump back on and help out. She's had some stuff going on. My gal Lorna and some of our people. So it's about I got to create content and make it more more actual time on the airwaves, right? The more you flood the web with shit, the more it hits. It's really about that. So it's on me. But now my season is getting going, and I got perennials to split, and again, more No Kings rallies to run. But yeah, I'm always thinking of stuff. So don't worry about me. We'll be back in there with more skits and more fun to come. Really am thinking about running for office in some kind of way coming up. What's up, Deco 809? What's up? Question marks? What you got for me? DEC 809. Is that something I should know? That's just your handle. Bonabaz, Drewster Albert, NCLIS 10. Yeah, I passed sensitivity training. People, I got to be back on. No, Atheist Underground is a virtual railway, moving all mind to places it was too weak to go by itself. Yes, we transport people out of the slavery of religious oppression and into the realm of free thought. Metaphorical railway. I've always been a train guy, and it just sort of we named it the Atheist Underground when we started the podcast 10 years ago. But it's reminded me of the London Underground. So, and I'm a train guy, and so right away I found a $5 hat on Amazon, got some train whistles, which are everywhere if you really look for them, and just sort of went with it, and it became a brand, right? Oh, you know me. Yeah, no. My both my grandfather and my great grandfather came up on the Pennsylvania Railroad when it was the thing, right? Altoona people. That was where the hub was of the railway, and I have cool pictures. My mom has cool pictures that'll be mine. I'm sure someday we'll of a time when both the railroad and baseball were so popular that railroads had their own baseball leagues, and they would go around and each hub would or each site would have its own team, and there would be a league, and they would play each other, and they would have their own World Series, and it was taken very seriously, right? And they have this fabulous picture of the teams lined up on the baselines. Uh, very slick. Yeah, you like that? Thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, I forget. YouTube doesn't. You don't need to mirror. It's always out. Behind my ample man bosoms is one of my favorite fun little sayings I've made up. Religion isn't evil; it's just misguided. Yes. I had a team. See, if I had some kids, if I had some millennials and Gen Zers on a team, they could like make a shop right away, and we could get these out there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When McTaco tits times two, you think? Oh, XXIs? I don't know. They'll make it disappear. Not as easy a trick these days when people have video everywhere, right? And he's a big old bloated bear. Hard to make it disappear, I would say. But if they fake the moon landing, they can do that. Did they fake the moon this one? Did they fake this? That was good news, right? We talked about that, right? That was fabulous. You guys like space? I'm a big fan of NASA. That's some shit, man. Miracles can't occur. See, that's the thing about miracles because um, things happen because they can happen, right? Things happen for a reason, and they happen because they had the ability to happen, whatever those circumstances are. So the fact that what you call a miracle happened means that there was a reason it could have happened, and so it was never impossible. So it can't be a miracle by its definition. So yes, no, there are no such thing as miracles. No. Yeah, doctors can't explain something. So God, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, we can't explain a lot of shit. Got news for you. That doesn't mean anything except we can't explain it. There's never been anything that science has explained that didn't used to be attributed to God. Why would that change as we go forward? That's the thinking of people who want there to be a God. Well, I heard a guy was playing poker, and the guy's like, well, I don't know. I know a guy who's a scientist, and there's some shit he can't explain. I'm like, really? Your buddy's a science teacher, and he can't explain the origin of the universe, so there must be a God? Think about what you just said. They didn't know what gravity was in the day. They used to think the sun spun around the Earth. There's never been anything that science has explained that wasn't previously attributed to God, and that is never going to change. Yes, there's more things doctors can't explain than things they can explain. Wake up! You can't rule it out because it's just something somebody made up. You can't rule out a unicorn on the other side of Saturn that simply stays hidden from our view. You can't rule out the fact that I'm actually your dad, son. I kid. Yeah, you can't rule it out because you can't just deny somebody's assertion when they have no proof to investigate. You can't deny anything that somebody makes up in their head. Nobody. The fact is that if they dropped today's scientific knowledge on us the second we were born, right? If humanity is new and they give you all the scientific knowledge that we know right now, nobody would make up God. Nobody. God is a response to what's killing us. If we're obviously smarter and stronger than any animal, why don't we live forever? Well, something's killing us. That. Where does the sun go at night? Are we ever going to see grandma again? It's obvious. Making up a God is an obvious step in our evolution. Giving him up is the next step. We just don't need that gap filler anymore. It's silly. It's been shown. It is known. Are we saying we came from fish or monkeys? We came from both. Bill, where you been? Someone had terminal cancer and it went out. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Again, they can't explain it. Okay. There's other people that have terminal cancer. They pray to God every fucking day and they die in the dirt. If you were bald, you'd be mad at God. If you were this good looking, you would not be mad at God, my friend. I'm so glad my hair went away, man. I don't know what I would need to do for anyone to ever convince me that I needed hair again. Was freaked out about it when I was young, but please, if you're probably ugly enough that if you were bald, you would be mad at God. Give me a break, man. What the fuck? I'd probably get kicked off at TikTok again. There are people that can't be bald. I'll tell you what. Lumpo. Not getting it, is he? His name is Barry. I don't know. I can't see that. Barry. Oh, Barry the unicorn in your garage. Yeah. Cosmonauts Day. Oh, we got people. What the hell? We got who is EFP? Hello. Oh, that's right. You were the. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got both my cameras here together, and I'm old. As you pointed out, I'm old and bald. I'm so bald. God, oh please, I hate God for making me bald. I love it when incels get on the friggin' on the thread and start throwing shots at people. Right? You're doing this from your mom's basement, man. I'm like, nah, I'm doing it from your mom's basement, homie. I don't need shampoo. And I don't need a comb over, right? You're like, you're bald. Well, so's Trump, right? Like, what is that fucking cloud? Comb over. Is it Cosmonauts Day? Well, that's awesome. Are you? You're talking about the atheism? It really has. Do we know each other, buddy? Yeah, like I say, we lost it. That's like it was popular for a minute when Hitchens was still alive, and now it's like people have moved on from atheism and Christianity's winning right now. Christian nationalism is just winning. They got the people in play. Nobody wants it, right? We're gonna end up like Pakistan, where nobody wants that shit, or Iran, but we all gotta live suddenly under the mullahs. What's it gonna be, right? Out there. Well, you open your business on Sunday. You got to be like Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby. Yeah. You're a genius, buddy. I could have a comb over if you want. I could grow this hair and comb it right over. Here's my comb over. Again, here it is. Here's my comb over. Now here comes the you look better that way. Oh, it's the flower man. If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. Oh. Full hammer. For flower man. Where you been, buddy? Do you mean as an atheist I gotta go underground again? No, I mean the underground is bubbling up like magma to the surface, my friend. I view God as a form of comfort for people, like a teddy bear. Yeah, the comfort myths. It's the comfort myths, my friend. Or as Lenin put it, God is a way by which we measure our pain, which is kind of a half glass half full kind of way of looking at it. But yeah, the old comfort myths. If that's what everybody needs, something to get them to sleep at night. I like a firm pair of boobies myself, but that's me. Lily, who's Dutch around here? Yeah. Are you from Are you from the Netherlands, my friend? Tony Fentam? It's your guy, Flower Man, Stefan. What's your name, Stefan? Stephen Rogers. He's Stephen Rogers. He's actually Dutch. He is Dutch. You guys can babble on in your crazy Dutch language where they put J's and K's and V's and I's together. Kidding me? I love Dutch. It's pre-English. It's proto-English in a lot of ways. Yeah, your parents. Oh yeah, yeah. These guys. We have a lot of Dutch folk come on. It's not. He's not the only Netherlander. The flower man's not the only Netherlander that we see. But yeah, yeah. Obviously, Van Damme. Dutch name. They are afraid to admit to themselves that he has fantasy because their comfort will go away. Well, that's why they hate atheists so much, right? They all like Muslims and Jewish people and Buddhists better because at least they believe in something, right? How often have you heard that? You gotta believe. You believe in something. You believe in something. Where's my little hands? The whole Trump impression today. The greatest thing you ever saw. The greatest. Nobody ever seen anything like it. Yeah, no, the atheism makes them uncomfortable because it challenges their worldview. It brings up their cog dis because what they see, they're not like the rest. They're just like the rest of it. What they see doesn't jibe with their belief system, right? They believe in a loving God, but life sucks, and someone's kid got cancer, or someone got somebody lost somebody that they loved, they didn't deserve it, or somebody went to Catholic Church and came back a schmedophile victim. They know deep down, so they have to shove down their cogniz. Where the atheist is just like, well, I guess nihilism is no good really, so we should be humanists, right, and try to take care of each other. Uh, what's up, Holly? How you been? Great to see you. Well, I passed the sensitivity training, so they're going ahead and showing me to some more people. I took their little test. I got kicked off for saying a naughty word. I learned my lesson. I took test. Can I you want me to polish my dome? Oh, today the anniversary of, or yesterday. Yeah, today the anniversary. No, today is the 12th, the anniversary of Yuri Gagarin's first Earth flyby. Yeah. Woo, yeah. Remember how when the Russians got there first, that people freaked out. Oh no, the Soviets are gonna. Oh, now the AI summary is debating the existence of God and why people choose to believe. All the money they gave to the church was for nothing. No, it bought souls out of purgatory. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful Sunday here. Yeah, right. It hurts my skull too. I'm trying to regrow hair for the troll that's on board today, man. I'll get there. Maybe if I rub vinegar on it, man. I'll be, uh, Dr. Blitz, Barbara Tasha P. What's going on? Yeah, it's almost noon. I'm gonna hang out till noon, and then I'm gonna blast the hell out. Got some shit to take care of today, like enjoying the beautiful day, walking in the woods. Little bit of sexy time later, maybe with your mum there. 809. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I might shag your mum a little bit later. In fact, I enjoy it. She's rather nice in bed. Yeah, rather generous. Generous lover is your mum. Don't know how you came out of it, quite honestly. Maybe you were adopted. Clearly got recessive genes in all the wrong places. Believing is insurance just in case. Yeah, well, insurance is unnecessary. Jesus said, don't give a thought for tomorrow. What is insurance? Find me a Christian nationalist with no insurance. Well, I suppose there's plenty in the woods in the hick country. Um, Walking today, so I don't have to spend money on Trump gas, right? All the gas stations going to have this fucking ugly name on it pretty soon, and then like a cartoon, the ugly cartoon with the comb over and the almond eyes, the red tie, right? He's made for caricatures. I got to give him that. I'm gonna have to make one up that's a X through, and start spray painting the town with it. It's all that matter. Who do you think? I think probably Vance is probably worse in the end. He's young. Trump will be. Trump's a desert, right? He's only got a few years left, right? You're gonna, I wouldn't be surprised if he just drops dead one day, just pops, right? And pretend that he's healthy. Yeah, busy and healthy, not the same thing. Active, ooh, yeah. But Trump's making anybody behind him so unelectable. It's not even funny. The base is down to nobody. If that's who's going to vote for Vance, Is the fucking morons who still think that Trump is good for them when everything is going up, their kids are going to war. It's just an embarrassment. What a fuck up this thing is. He fucked this Gulf up so bad. They did not think about the strait, and it's dumb. I don't know why Iran hadn't shut it years ago. You look at that thing, it's like this. You got to get through Iran. If I was Iran and Oman, I'd be like, you know what? We're already rich. We're gonna get so fucking rich now. Hell yes. He gave them the blueprint to charge a toll. It's been free waterways forever. And he's like, why doesn't Europe help us? Why doesn't Europe? It was fine. You know what? I don't want Iran getting the nuke. I don't. But they, you got to do it right. What the actual hell? Oh God, they're gonna find out about Epstein soon. We got to go to war. Oh, the economy's about to tank. Oh, we need an influx of the military-industrial complex is the only thing that's ever saved us from a fucking economic ruin. We got to give them a reason. No. I think he makes the term. I don't think he's that unhealthy. I think he makes the term, and he can't run again. And the Republican Party is in splinters because there's a lot of people who aren't on board from both sides. The maggots who don't want any war and any involvement like that at all, who are ultra conservative in their way, and then the moderates who are just like trying to get shit done, like Republican governor of Massachusetts guy like that. People in the middle, people who get politics, people who aren't trying to do God's duty. Yeah, what about you? Ukraine's just like, what? Yeah, there's no sanctions on Russia. He just like took them all off. He's so Putin's bitch. It's not. And why? Because Putin's richer than him. It's the only thing he respects. Putin's got so much money he could buy and sell Trump 60 times. I got friends that think Putin's easily the richest man in the world. It's just all fucking corrupt ass money. It's not Musk money. It's not in the bank. Richest man in the world, Putin. Yeah, but really sorry. Nobody wants to get into heaven, my friend. Meat Man 5000 with us. Just when we're blasting off at say 12 o'clock, got kicked off past the human resources test to get back on sensitivity trading. Don't say the word SPED. I'm guessing is what got it done for me. Yeah, I'm from the day. I'm sorry. It's just short for special education, but seems wrong, right? It does. So I apologize. What do I think about the Jesuit order? I think it's a very interesting organization. I don't know enough about the differences between Catholics who believe that the shit that they believe. I know that John Adams was so upset about the Jesuits that he did not want Loyola, the guy who started that shit. He didn't even want them to be able to be real Americans, but he couldn't say no. They set up a constitution where you could come and practice freedom of religion. And the Jesuits were as far removed from the Protestant world of John Adams as a Buddhist. Period. They did not know what that shit was about, and they hated it. They all hated Catholics, and I think Jesuits in particular in a lot of ways. Don't know the differences. I'm not educated enough on the differences between people who think that magically wine turns into the blood of Jesus when you say some words over it. The flesh matches the ceiling. Didn't notice that. That's crazy. I'm blending in with the wall there. Gotta go, says Tony Van Dam. Yeah, that's all right. I gotta go too. It's 12 o'clock. Love you, people. Long time. Tip of the Trumpy hat to you. One more. Motherfucker. All right. Love you guys a long time. Thank you, Bohemian. One more toot, of course, for my gal. Always gets one last blast on the diesel horns. They do. They are using their religion, their advantage, and they're seeing the dying of their advantage. That's their privilege is dying because their numbers are dropping. Nobody's going to church. The young generations don't like it. LGBTQ is on the rise. People don't like that their friends are cast out and demonized. All the misogyny, the patriotism, or the patriarchy, and the booyah gun-toting Jesus, the image. It's stupid. Nobody wants that. So they're trying to force it on us. They're trying to maintain the privilege that they have enjoyed in society for simply the reason that there wasn't the kind of plurality that there was today. Religion is dying. People have the internet. We know We know how big the universe is, and we know what went on there. So I will leave you with that thought. Love you people a long time. Have a great friggin' rest of your Sunday. The weather's gorgeous around here, so take a walk. Put down the square for a while now that you've enjoyed my entertainment. Take it easy. See you later, Luce. Love you guys. EFF, Thanks for jumping on. Really appreciate you. Bye.